Another filler episode. Thank God the finale is next week. Um, Gretchen and Tamara, I'm so tired of you two. Oh my God, so tired of you two.
Welcome to the Asia Esterak Hour, where film meets conspiracy and pop culture gets a reality check. From sharp recaps to sci-fi theories and media deep dives, Asia Esterak serves it unfiltered. Let the binge begin.
All right, welcome back to the Asia Esterak Hour. I'm Asia Esterak. All right, The Real Housewives of Orange County, season 19, episode 18. We should be at the reunion right now. I cannot believe there's one more episode. To me, this episode was pointless, and I felt like we were literally rehashing the same old shit. This is going to be a very short review. We're still in Amsterdam. The ladies go to the tulip festival situation. I love flowers. I love tulips. That was a really nice scene. So basically, in this scene, they're bringing up Emily and Gina. Y'all were the bone collectors of this entire episode. Entire episode. And is it me or does Emily turn into straight up lawyer when she is bone collecting? It's it's funny and it's annoying. But anyway, so they bring up the whole Shannon and Jen friendship because Jen is cool with Alexis. So they're all talking about that. Of course, it comes up that Jen is telling the girls that Shannon told her not to go to the wedding. We all know that's not true because it was on camera. They show it. And Shannon's like Shannon goes, well, Shannon assumed that actually Shannon didn't assume, I'm sorry. There was just so much nonsense. She told Shannon that she wasn't going to the wedding because she knows what it would do to her and Shannon's relationship. Okay. So after the whole tulip scene, they're sitting down to eat and argue some more basically. Um Here's what's funny about this scene though. So Gina apparently was still kind of high. Shannon was still high from the day before, which was hilarious. But Gina was kind of going in on their situation and Emily had to like check her. It was kind of funny. They have a great relationship that they can check each other. The other ladies could learn from that a little bit. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you got to reel your friends in when they're doing too much. And Gina, you were doing too much. Gina, I felt like you were doing a lot this episode, if I'm being honest. Um, Especially in this scene. So they bring up the fact that Shannon threw that bridal shower situation. My hair is separating for Jen, and the fact that Jen didn't really want it. Not that she didn't really want it. Well, she didn't want it, but she was happy to have it. They always try to put 20 on 10 and make things seem worse than what it actually is. And of course, Shannon felt some type of way. Um, Gina reveals in this scene that she didn't understand why Shannon is celebrating Jen still being engaged when she's like, my family got back together. Me and Travis moved back then. Why weren't you celebrating us? Gina, you sound crazy, but I understand. Gina's issue is that she considers herself a real friend to Shannon. And I think she is, but she's the type of friend that's going to call you out. And we know that Shannon gets uncomfortable with that, especially when it comes to her drinking. Because Shannon, you know that you shouldn't be drinking. You know that. I'm not going to get on you about the drinking. We don't have time. But Gina, for you to get upset about her not throwing you a party is wild too. You know, at this point in the game, y'all all know who each other are. You know who you are. So to expect more from somebody who wasn't going to give you more because you already know they're not is kind of wild to me. We all know this Shannon always befriends somebody newer. And I really think it's PTSD from being friends with Tamara's ass. Because you could tell Shannon wants an ally. She was friends with Katie, got close with her, got burned in that situation. She's friends with Jen, and now you're getting a little bit burned. My other thing too with Jen is Jen, you're not the greatest friend either because you were cool with Katie and then you flipped on her real fast. The only person I think you had every right to flip on obviously was Tamara. But Shannon, you seek shelter in places where that aren't safe, in my opinion. I don't know if Jen is a safe space. I don't know if I could be cool with a bitch who's cool with the next bitch who who is dating my ex-man who sued me, you know? So for you to be cool with her, here's my thing. I can't tell you who to be friends with, but I'm not going to be cool with someone who is an enemy to me. I'm I'm not going to be mean to them. I'll be cordial, but I'm going to keep my distance. And Shannon, in not those words, but basically said that last week, like how you are with them dictates how my boundary level and friendship is with you. Um, Same shit that we're rehashing. Um, I don't know. They go do some other shit. So let's talk about this jacuzzi. That first of all, they go on this like boat ride thing, which looked really gross and not fun, and it looked faulty. It looked like they were gonna capsize. They looked like they were in these like giant tube boats. It was like a jacuzzi. Um, they get in there. Gretchen, Gretchen, Tamra, and Emily are in one boat. The ladies are in the other boat. So the whole thing with Gretchen, the Gretchen and Tamra of it all, is still a lingering issue, which I'm so tired of talking about. I'm so tired of talking about. So they're all talking on the tube, Emily, Tamra, and Gretchen, about the issues between Tamra and Gretchen. And basically, I cannot believe this, but child, I'm about to agree with Tamra's ass. The whole thing is they are trying to figure out how they can coexist and stop talking about each other. And Emily brings up, she's like, you perpetuate the issues too, Gretchen. They told her that last week. Um, and Tamra admits that she perpetuates it as well. So Tamra's whole thing is, I'm not going to say anything about you unless you say something about me. We all know that's not true. But I do think when it comes to Gretchen, I think she genuinely doesn't speak on her unless Homegirl speaks on her. And we all know that Gretchen is an Instagram gangster who likes to like posts and comment under shit. And then play stupid when she gets called out on it. The reality is Tamara and Gretchen, y'all are the same. You move differently as far as how you go about doing it, but the end result tends to always be the same. You two are very similar. You're petty. You don't like each other. You got 12 years of built up anger against each other. You do not like each other. That's fine. But like, um, they agree again not to talk to each other. But Gretchen, of course, that's in the last scene. Anyway, a bunch of filler shit happens between then. They talk about Jen and her relationship with Ryan a little bit. Apparently, it was in the blogs that she didn't pay her rent. She goes on the whole diatribe about how everything changed during COVID, a new contract, blah blah blah. It just, Jen, you don't look good. It looks like you still don't pay your bills and you're living above your means. Okay, girl. Um, I'm skipping over a lot of shit because this episode was pointless to me. So the last scene, they're at another dinner. Gretchen doesn't go because she's been crying all day and she's upset over the conversation about that she had with Emily and Tamara. Gretchen is coming to the realization that she is a part of the problem as well. It's interesting that it took her this long to get to that point, but okay. Um, so she doesn't go out with the ladies. She stays back with Jen and she's just talking about um she feels bad. She feels remorse. What's interesting though is in her confessionals, of course, the producers are talking to her about her and Tamara's relationship, and they're asking Gretchen, does she believe that Tamara is being sincere? Because Tamara, the whole apology nonsense, and she's like, no, I thought she would have changed after when she became a born again Christian, and she didn't. Tamara is not changing; it's who she is. At this point, this is how I feel. At this point, I'm not going to expect Tamara to be any different. So I'm going to stop getting mad when she does the shit that she does. You guys continue to engage with that bullshit and then act crazy. It's like playing with a pit bull and they get shocked when it bites you. Like, of course it's gonna bite you. It's a pit bull. Tamara's a pit bull. An insecure pit bull, but she a pit bull nonetheless. So Gretchen ends up showing up to the dinner late. And of course, they start talking about her and Tamara. She's crying. She's telling them how she's come to the realization that she's a part of it too. And she feels bad, blah, blah, blah. I will say this, that's what separates her and Tamara. Because Tamara don't be feeling bad like that. She doesn't. I think she does in moments, I think she genuinely can't stand Gretchen at this point, just the way she was looking at her at the table. And this is where the scene where I actually agree with Tamara. Tamara in her confessional is like, she wants another apology from me. We've done this over and over again. I'm with her on that. Gretchen, at this point, you don't like the bitch. It's okay not to like her. Just, you guys are now back on the show. So talking shit about her in the press and in the public creates tension on the show. If you don't want that, don't talk about her. The moment you get off the show, girl, go crazy. She did say, I feel like when someone asks me a question, I answer it. Here's my thing. If you want to squash the shit with Tamra, if some fucking blogger or whoever asks you about her, just say, we moved past that. Next question. Next case. Like, I don't understand. I'm just so tired of all this. It's the same old shit. And where is Katie? All the shit y'all are mad at each other over and Katie can't be there with you? Come on. So the episode ends with Emily and Gina talking about a post that Gretchen liked and commented on that has to do with Heather. They blurted out, baby, it's got to be really bad. It's bad. They flash back to Gina with Tamra when they were at some dispensary and they were talking about this situation. Here's the thing. So they believe that Gretchen portrays herself a certain way, but is different behind closed doors. Well, duh. Gretchen, you like to like shit. Gretchen, I don't know. Whatever it is that she commented on and liked that has to do with Heather, they're describing it as horrible. And I feel like it has something to do with her children and their sexuality and Gretchen's religion. That's the vibe that I got. I could be wrong. We'll find out next week. Next week is the finale. Anyway, not a whole lot in this episode. Same old shit. I'm glad the finale is coming up. I'm so ready for this damn reunion. Oh my God. I feel like I've been pregnant for 20 months. We're gonna finally give birth to this bitch. Anyway, happy Friday, you guys. Have a great weekend. Stay hydrated, be nice to each other. And I'm gonna go return these videotapes.